Hi everyone, my name is Chris Martin. Welcome to Keto with me. It is day 10 on my journey back into keto. New to my channel, check out my day 0 video where I go over the motivations and reasons for creating this daily series. Okay folks, it's time for my clip. That was my day 10 clip. So today's a good day for me. I had some pretty good numbers, well, except for one you'll hear. So let's get to that. So I ate 10 carbs yesterday. That was pretty good. My blood glucose was the bad number. You know, when I checked it, it was 107. So it jumped back up. But that happened to me the first time I did keto. You know, I was again like in the 100 to 115 range, you know, pretty consistently for, it seemed like for months. It may have not been a ton of months, but it seemed like for months. And then it tapered on down, and I was, getting 90s and 80s and stuff, fairly consistently after I, broke that insulin resistance, which is for another video. Continuing on with my numbers, my ketones were 1.1, yay. And my weight, that's exciting, is 221.8. I lost another 1.8 pounds. Yes, I'm like, whoa, really? Already? Yes, it happened again, and I'm just tickled beyond doubt. So, and that gives me a running total of 12.6 since I started, this journey back in. So it's even more exciting for me today because, or should I say yesterday, because I record these the next day, but so it's even more exciting because February 10th is my birthday. Yay! So that's why you see these little guys out here. So it's going to take me a second to get this guy lined up, and he probably won't stay that way because I'm sure I'll bump the table. So I'm elated to be feeling a lot better on my birthday. When I decided to jump back into keto, you know how it is when you start, like your weight loss journey or whatever you want to call it. In this case, this is the lifestyle I'm going back to. When I started this, I started thinking about, December, at the end of December, just doing like everyone else, or, hey, my New Year's resolution is going to be January 1, and I was going to, what do you say, put the fork in the sand or whatever, but I was going to, start then. And then, as with most, anytime you try to do something like that, it just, kept getting pushed out, and it got, about the middle of January, and I was like, no, I got to really do this. I knew there was going to be a lot of extra work to do, for example, like, having to edit these videos and do it. And then, anyway, I'm so glad. I actually, started February 1, and I'm just realizing that I didn't say that in my first video, my day 0. Anyway, so I started February 1. Here I am, February 10th. By my birthday, I've already in the low 220s, and I just cannot be any more tickled about it. So by the time you guys see these videos, I'll have already recorded 30 days. I had something in my mind saying, don't release any yet until you get to day 30. And the reasoning for that was, I just be honest with you, I was scared of failing and then, have people start watching them and then, why do you stop after day 4? Why did he stop after, day 20 or something like that? I I feel super strong right now about this. I could probably release now, but I'm just going to stick to my original plan because my plan and my goals are working. I think that's pretty evident. So I'm going to continue to do that. So I'm like this every day about releasing. I'm like, I want to release, but it'll be after 30 days. It'll probably be like day 34 because I have to, edit videos and then, get them out and all that other stuff. But then after that, should see them, daily. So I'm very excited about that. My macro percentages, I had 82% yesterday. I think that again had a lot to do with the MCT that, I'm taking because it causes my fat to go up. My carbs were only 2%, which was pretty good. And then my protein was 16%. So looking really good for that. Today's video is going to talk more about, the video recommendation when I got later is going to talk more about MCT. I feel like there's a lot more benefits that, were not shared in the other video that, that I shared. So I think you'll really, really, really like that. So stick around for the video recommendation and now for my goals, folks. One other thing I forgot to share with you guys about, me, and just to give you a little bit of personal insight. I have an identical twin brother. I jokingly used to say he was my after picture. Here I am the before, really heavy, and he's the after because, he's in much better shape than me. So, him and I both had struggles with weight, in our adult lives and so forth. But he, at some point, I don't remember, maybe about 10 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago, got it under control and he's just really consistent about being able to stay, around the 170 range. And so so what happens is what he does is if he starts to taper up to and get to like 180, he automatically kicks it in gear and just gets it back down. So I'm usually not that successful. Usually mine will go like years and then, I'll do something, lose weight, and then it'll creep back up, So it's just really interesting because you got someone else that's just like you who has the same struggles as you, but is able to do things, to kind of mitigate that. And I find that very interesting. So he's always been, he used to tell me over the last 15 years, a carb cycler. So he'll, carbs up, carbs, low, and just do that. And that's been his success. And he'd always have a cheat day, like once a week. That was, that worked really well for him. What I don't think he realized is that he was kind of a butthead on the low carb days because he was constantly up, down, up, down, up, down. So when I started this and he started reviewing these videos for me, and and actually even before that, when he knew I was starting the series, probably about 3-4 weeks ago, he just like, I'm going to do more of the keto stuff. And so he started, slowly, getting into keto. And then now he's like every day sending me his numbers. Hey, Chris, check out my numbers. Check out my numbers, and so forth. So he's doing it more consistently. What's interesting is, and then I'll probably do a video, just him and I, maybe 45, 50 days from now or whatever, that talks about how he does it and how I do it, and I'm sure people do all variations of this, but he still does a cheat day, which, if that works for him, that works for him. I am not that dedicated. Actually, the keto purist or police out there would actually say something like, you can't do that. You're really not, into ketosis. He tells me like every, I don't know when he takes his cheat day, sometimes it's Monday, or sometimes it's Sunday, sometimes it's Saturday. He's like, oh, but I'm back into ketosis like, really quickly. So that's good for him. That works for him. And I think he's got, his own goals and what works for him. I know for one thing, he is super dedicated. So when he's on those 6 days, he's following it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because, it's I don't know if it's a twin thing, but you always, or a sibling thing, I'm really proud of him and so forth. So anyway, let's get to my goals, folks. Let's see if my pit of success is still working. So as you can see, my sleep was just phenomenal last night. I got 8 hours sleep and I was up one time. I feel fantastic. Of course, it's Saturday, so I was able to sleep a little longer. I slept till, actually went to bed early and I slept till 6. So I woke up and I'm like, woo, yeah, great. I mean, things are starting really to work with helping my sleep. Moving on, eating keto. I'm still not really doing any fasting unless you count the, stopping dinner, around 6:30 each day and then going till, my first coffee in the morning. Again, arguably, this black coffee, do you count it for fasting? Do you not? We'll get into that later. But definitely when I, well, maybe not even when I get to MCT, because I know sometimes folks count MCT, some don't, but definitely the butter. The butter breaks the fast, I'm pretty sure of it. So if I remember from before. So moving on to my style, still doing dirty clean with as much emphasis on clean as I can get. That's should always be a priority for you. I know it's not always possible, and you can see that if you looked at some of the foods here and there that I eat. So macros, so 10 carbs. It was technically 9.9 according to Chronometer, but 10 carbs, so very low yesterday, and my macro percent targets that I shared earlier, those are spot on. So I'm still in like beast mode as far as like, my targets as far as food are concerned. So learning, I'm still consistently doing a video a day, sharing that video with you folks. Again, don't have time to do a second video. Tracking, still doing the same thing I've been doing, tracking everything, and also putting it into Chronometer, to help me get the more accurate numbers to share and so forth. Lastly, there's meditation, and shouldn't say lastly, but there's meditation and relaxation. I just did a couple 5-minute, meditation sessions yesterday where I just again closed my eyes and chilled out and took deep breaths and just relaxed. So in the best category for that one. Exercise, not doing it yet, but so looking forward to at some point getting back into doing some level of exercise. Well, that's it, folks, for the goals. Now time for the video recommendation. Today's video recommendation is from Dr. Eric Berg. It's a video that's about 7 minutes and 1 second long. It is called The 15 Benefits of MCT Oil. So I know we talked previously about, some of the, it helps you generate ketones and all that stuff, but it's nice that you can see another list that talks about this. So I'm only going to list like 5 of those things, so you can go out and look at the rest. They're all really, really, really good. So, and sometimes we don't think about the other things that are affected, and it's nice that someone took time like Dr. Berg to go ahead and put this together for us. So here they are. I'm going to give the 5 that, 6 that are, that I thought were key ones for me to point out. So one was better brain function and, with regards to like cognition and so forth. The next one is increased energy. I have 100% noticed that since I've been doing it, 2 times a day now. I've been able to sustain energy, but at the same time, I'm switching heavily into ketosis, so that makes total sense. Easier transition into ketosis is another one of those benefits. So it does help you get into ketosis, and I feel it. It's proof. Reduced hunger, 100% agree. When I take it, it holds me off. I'm not really thinking about any kind of cravings. The more ketones I get in there, the better it is. So I 100% agree with that one. Decrease in inflammation. It's hard. I should have probably taken close-up pictures of my fingers and stuff, but you should see it in my, photos from day 0 to day 30. Even now, I just feel like a lot thinner, and it's so nice to not to have that inflammation. In there. And that's it, folks, for the 6 benefits that I shared. I think the video is very informative. Go out and watch so you can get find out what the other 10 benefits are. And that's it. Before I wrap up, folks, I just want to say you can even do keto on your birthday. Woo-hoo. That's it for day 10, folks. Thanks for viewing my video today. Please like and subscribe to Keto with Me. If you've got any comments or questions, please leave them below. Just remember, I'm not perfect. I'm asking that you be a coach, not a critic, and take care, folks.